Whenever, and it went.
There we go.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What am I? A horse? Nay.
Hey.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. No matter where you're at in the world.
Good queso.
Oh my gosh! I know we're gonna be best friends. Episode 60, the C&C Collectin and Connectin podcast. We got BananaMac. Pleasure as always. How are you? How's the weather in Canada?
The weather in Canada is hot, but I'm wearing a hoodie because I'm in air conditioning. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right, I'm going to continue introducing, but real quick, what is hot in Canada?
Like,
it's hot in Texas and it's 104.
And please do it in American so we can understand
I was going
you.
to say it's like 39 degrees, whatever that is Fahrenheit.
What is that? Is that Celsius? What are we talking about?
That's made up.
You're not even using real words, banana.
Yeah, I'll Google the difference. You know,
Celsius is a drink. Okay,
please do.
It's a drink in weather.
Sir Captain of the Boston champion Celtics, Sir Andy, how are you out there?
Doing great. Happy to be back. Thank you for having me.
So much emotion. I love it. Try to contain it a little bit more. It's not like your team won the NBA championship or anything. But whatever. Well, I guess we'll move on to another captain. Maybe he'll have a little bit more excitement. His name is exciting to say. DosMinutos. Like you can't do it. What is up, man? Captain of Miami Heat.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely bring more energy than Andy over here, and I'll bring queso too. And I don't know what you're talking about. His team won the finals. As far as I'm concerned, there were no after the playoffs. There was nothing. So I don't. This is news to me.
Yeah. See, as a Mags fan, we use it to generate motivation for next year, and we put their picture up and we throw stuff at it, and we draw Treaticus's name and we throw darts at it, and I mean we have fun with it down here in Texas. But whatever, to each their own. Miami's a little different. You're a little bit more laid back. Let's wake up at 10 because that's what time the coffee shops open.
We have other entertainment options available to us.
We're not even going to go there. I want to, but Ball will literally start crying. So let's not.
Save him.
Casino. What?
I said save him. Save
I thought you said casino. I'm like, speaking of casino, Summer League. Anyone go there? Anyone know what that is? Andy? Yeah, you got a hand up. DosMinutos. It's weird because her and I did not go, and then you did go.
We have Fomo.
I feel like I'm on the other side.
Well, geez, I don't know. On my screen, it's that way. Equilibrium, status quo, inflation, whatever.
The queso's over here.
Jeez, okay, now I'm focused. Talk to us about Summer League. How long did you go? What were you there for? Favorite event? People you met?
You want to run first, Andy?
Why don't you go first, Dos? Just because this is your first time on the pod, and I'll let you go.
I appreciate it, sir. So I flew in on Wednesday.
Whoa!
And I flew in early because I went to the Team USA Canada game.
Let's go!
An absolute bucket list item. So, my good buddy Andy and Steve, Blockchain Steve, we all went to the game. Andy sat right behind me and Steve, and it was an electric event. There was honestly a big Canadian representation, which was surprising to me. Yeah, there was a lot of Wiggins jerseys. I actually got to see, as I was meeting up with Andy and Steve before we went to T-Mobile. I saw Jamal Murray just walking through the Aria, and that was it was an hour and a half before game time, and he's just walking out, and I'm like, oh, I guess he's not playing tonight. We got in. We had what row were we?
10. Row 10.
Were we row 10?
It was Q or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to take my shoes off to count that high, but we were like we were lower level. We were in the they don't call it 100 section. I think it's
I
we
feel
were
like
section 10.
from the court.
Yeah, it was section 10, but it was like it was very close. And it was just such a great event to be out there for. Definitely bucket list item. It cost bucket list item equivalent, but it was fantastic. And then Andy, what did we do the next night? Oh, we went to the Creators Cup.
Yeah.
So that was what was it? Jenna Bandy. Yeah, T-Jazz or T. Yeah. Who else? There was a couple of other guys that I was like, I don't know who they are, but what was it? His name was Jesser. Is that the guy?
Yeah, Jesser was one of them.
Another YouTube basketball
dude. It was a bunch of YouTube people and people that create, different things, different content.
And that was in the pavilion. So that was in the high school gym at Thomas and Mack. So it was a real small arena. That was awesome. It was a good game. It looked like a pickup game, kind of. So, it was there was some dunks. Yeah, it was entertaining. There was a lot of missed shots, but otherwise it was a fun game. What did we do Friday night? Friday was Summer League, the first day of Summer League. So
y'all were there so many days, it all blends in together. That must be really horrible for y'all.
They suffered.
Really suck.
Yeah,
I don't even.
Took one for the team.
What other cool stuff did we do? I don't even remember. I flew on a private jet.
Yeah.
I flew the jet myself. I forgot that.
Yeah.
What?
I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
It already sounds epic, but getting into Summer League.
Friday morning, the past 2 years, I've hosted a pickup game.
Yeah.
Gyms throughout Vegas. So we invite a bunch of collectors out, play pickup for a couple of hours, kind of warm up for some Summer League basketball, kind of get ready to see maybe the next level of basketball. I don't know. We played pretty hard out there, wouldn't you say, Andy? We just didn't hit a bucket.
And it's called Dunks and Donuts. What a name, Dos.
Is
Dunks
there
and
donuts
there is.
Yes.
There's at least a dozen donuts every year. So
and every year
I
wait for my invitation, and it never comes in the mail. It's very interesting how that has occurred. 3 years in a row.
If you look in the chat, you'd see it.
I'm just saying. I'm in all the chats, and they all say you didn't text me.
They all said no KingBrett at the bottom.
Yeah,
you're shadow banned.
Did I leave that in there? My bad.
Yeah,
that's
your private chat.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the first year you organized the pickup game. It was just something you're like, dude, I want to play basketball with some fellow people. Let's just do it.
So the first year
you attend.
So the first year that TopShot did their little summer league activity, we all went to the Tarkanian Center, and there was 400 people there. That was when Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye were supposed to be there, but RJ got COVID, so he didn't come out. But Channing Frye was out there with us, and it was an amazing event. I just had one gripe: they had rubber basketballs for us, and I'm a basketball snob, like an actual physical basketball snob. I don't want to play with playground basketballs. I was like, I need a Wilson Evolution, or I'm not going. So the following year, when they said, hey, all we're doing is whatever we did last year, I was like, okay, I'm organizing an event. I will put it on. I paid to rent a court. We had a great court the first year we did it.
And you brought your leather balls, right? To play with?
We might have to clip that out. But yes, we had good basketballs. Not my leather basketballs. They were leather, but they were not my leather basketballs.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So they were okay. Continue.
Yeah. Is this a PG
podcast?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know.
I'm shaking my head no.
So we had the what's the break team?
Steady Breaks?
Steady Breaks. Yeah. So Steady Breaks was out there the first year. Solo was killing us. She also won the knockout the first year.
Knockout. Ooh,
yeah.
I
So
like
she's a killer, certified killer. So we had like 20 guys out there the first year. Great court. It was Atlas, which is just on the other side of the airport in Vegas. So it was a great court. And then this year we were at another gym called the Gem, GEM. We had a shooting machine, so we ran some contests, some shooting contests. And then we played pickup for 2 hours. We had Blockchain Steve out there with us, crafty little lefty Aussie, and we still went 0-3. Me, Andy, and Steve couldn't hit a bucket for our life. It was terrible.
Y'all came for the donut part, huh?
Yes, because the first year, Andy, would you like to tell them how we ended that?
Yeah, I can tell them. So we were having a pretty competitive game. You know, I feel like we had a nice mix of players. I don't know if you two know Dagger. He's the captain for the Cavs.
Yeah,
and he's like, I feel like he's like 6'4", 6'5". So
he feels like he's 7 foot out on the court.
Yeah. So
He's your
I feel like he was making some moves. So we had Mike Wu, who was, big rebounder. Thinking like Billy TopShot was really good.
Yeah, he was out there.
Prime from Steady Breaks, he was really good. What's the dude's name? Double was the lights out shooter. So we had a lot of talent that was going.
Poker Pro Eric was out there too the first year.
Yep, Poker Pro Eric, PPE, and but so what happened was when the run was about to end, we were at the last game, and we were down to the last minute, and Dos and I happened to be matched up against each other. And I was confident that I was gonna either take the ball away from him or stop him. Yes. And unfortunately, last year this is probably my worst memory from last summer. Was I was covering him. He was at the top of the key, and he had some nice moves. He was handling the ball, and he came over and he stepped back and shot a 3 right in my face to end the Dunkin' Donuts one. So he has some some bragging rights, some an option to trash talk and bring that up. So we thought it was going to be different.
Next year you got on his team, and
it was his fault that we were on the same team because he devised how we were going to split the players up.
I messed it up.
I wanted to be on separate teams.
So I guess the secret is KingBrett, that maybe there was some fear deep down that if I had to play Dos again, that we were going to have a similar result.
It was like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yeah, I don't want to end it, but then it turned out to be worse because we couldn't win together.
Yeah, you're like, this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't part of our plan.
Yeah. No,
we couldn't hit a bucket. It was really terrible. I also probably had like 3 donuts before we started the game, so
I had to have them after.
So
yeah, I had to.
Straight to playing any sports, if you're eating food first, always eat your food in even numbers. Eat 2 of them, 4 of them, 6 of them, never odd numbers.
How are we eating queso in certain denominations? I feel like are we scooping, or is it like by the milliliter?
So you gotta drink it.
I mean, it's any way you can get queso, it's worth it, and you should do it.
IV.
Whatever. Bathe in it.
Oh, is that what D'Angelo Russell is saying? He's like, it's the
queso. Put queso in my veins, please.
Yeah.
That's also how you lose weight, I heard. So I'm trying it. It's a new diet. It's called queso only.
It'll work.
Yeah, but if I could go back to what you started with Summer League. So we went on Friday night, and I think we were all curious to see how Bronny James is going to do. And we didn't really get too much of a show, but that's all right. It was fun to be there. Let's move on to the next day of Summer League, though. We also went on Saturday, and Saturday was Heat versus Celtics, which was a really competitive, entertaining game. And I thought it was really cool because Dos and I met each other last summer for the first time. We hung out a little bit, but now it's like All right, so now we
I
can
hit
watch
the
our
dagger
play
in his
against
face,
each other.
and it was like, "Hey, I'm Glenn." It was great.
Yeah, I'm Glenn.
Nice
We're
to
about to be
meet
best
you.
friends.
Right, but I thought it was really cool that we got to attend the game together, watch the game, and then kind of see like, oh wow, the Miami's summer league team looks better than Boston team.
I don't
He
wanna
means the
roast
regular team.
The regular
not
team, right?
yeah. The Heat
I
summer
don't
league
mean
team
that.
looks better than the regular.
I'm-
No,
I
man.
meant the
Okay.
summer league team.
I was about to say easiest path to championship, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't go there.
Maybe.
Hey, everyone has their opinion. It's all good.
Yeah, everyone's got their thing.
An asterisk is okay. It's fine. After 2020 Lakers, it's fine.
Jeez.
I'm not
You know
bitter.
what?
I'm not bitter.
I'm not upset about it.
Why would you be bitter?
No.
That Miami
Absolutely not.
Heat young core, though.
No reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami
looking
had
good.
they had some nice draft picks for sure.
Yeah.
They
We
have.
had that one dunk at the almost at
by
the end of
Johnson.
the first half. Oh, that the whole gym stood up. Like it was, if you go back and watch that, he hits it with like half a second left. And I mean, it was just the thunder of that dunk in that little pavilion arena that's the reason to go to Summer League. Going into the big gym, going into Thomas and Mack is a lot of fun. You see the Wembys, you see the Bronnies, you see those guys, but going into the pavilion and getting to watch real basketball, you can hear you'll hear the players talk shit to the refs. You'll hear them talk shit to each other. You can hear the coaches yelling. It's one of those events where, there's only like, I think 15 rows up, and it's only on the sidelines. There's nothing on the baseline. And this year it was really tough to get into the pavilion because how long did we wait at halftime of the game before?
I feel like it was 20 to maybe 20, 25.
Yeah, like just standing in line waiting for a seat to become available. And then when we left, it was Thunder Raptors? Was that the game after?
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah,
The
that
line
line
was just,
was
like,
at least
endless.
3 times. Yeah.
I mean, Raptors. Nothing about the Thunder, right? I'm a big
Everyone was just
Raptors
there to
fan,
see.
guys.
Well, I think everyone was there to see Dick. Great.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad someone said it.
Yeah.
Just stack
I'm
them.
just gonna let that one go.
Yeah.
You're not
Brett's
gonna,
just like,
you don't want to touch that one?
yeah,
I mean, some
not on
people do.
camera.
Not on camera. But it's
Yeah,
unreal.
always behind the paywall.
Yeah. It's unreal though seeing the young guys because like the ones who were undrafted or G League guys, like they're hungry. Seeing summer league guys, I feel like is different than regular season.
Oh, for
Like-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Touching back to Bronny, like that's the thing I see. Like the other guys on the teams. Oh no, KingBrett has decided he's done with this.
yeah.
Looking at Bronny doesn't have to have the hunger. Like he's got his 4-year guarantee. Even behind that, he's got $1 billion waiting
A nice
for him.
trust fund, yeah.
Yeah. $500 million. He's got to split it with Bryce. I guess a third. He's got a sister. So
Y'all done talking about Bronny? Because I'm gonna. I turned my camera off. I call him.
Is that why?
LeBron James's son. Like, I'm tired of people getting so excited about someone that's not even that. Like, I get it. He's the kid of a really good basketball player, but he's not one of the top basketball players coming into the league right now. Why are we spending so much time on him?
But like you see, he doesn't.
We can because we value you, DosMinutos, obviously, but
like you can see where he doesn't have the fire that the other guys have, and the other guys are just they're punching everything. They want to make a issue with the coach. They want everybody to see they're ready to be here, even if it's just to get to the G League.
Tommy gun to the Rocky in the first one, you know?
Exactly.
Like the
so
street
it's
dogs
so
coming
exciting.
in. Yeah.
It is. Hungry dogs run faster. It's one of my favorite quotes, guys.
It's a
But
great
it's
one.
so true.
Mm.
You like
And
that one?
dogs who eat 3 donuts before the game suck. Okay.
Maybe that was
Or
Bronny's
actually,
problem. Maybe he hit a couple donuts before the game and he was like, you know what, I'll just chill here.
We got so much in common. Me and him,
Yeah.
we're just like two peas in the pod.
Literally.
We do. We play basketball together. We shoot when no one's looking, and it doesn't even hit the basket.
Also, so many things I have in common with him.
Yeah.
You
No,
guys are
but
the same.
like, it's always exciting anytime you can be in an environment with basketball, young players who are coming up that, like, you're going to be able to watch for the next 5-10 years, right? Of people
Yeah,
coming into the
absolutely.
league. We're all waiting on you now to talk, Andy. It's all on you.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking about if we were comparing the draft picks to Boston and the Heat.
Oh, okay.
I thought our guy Springer looked good, but we had Watson. I feel like he had a couple moments, like maybe a block, and our young guy Baylor. I can never pronounce his last name, but he had a couple nice shots, but they were more quiet than I feel like. Who's it? Where Dos on the Heat? I feel like he was, he made his presence felt, so he stood up more. It was kind of the Springer show, and I feel like the Heat just played a little better. Do you remember the result of that game?
Yeah, we won. Yeah, you forgot that? Yeah, we won.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't think that you would forget.
It was like a 7-point game at the end, but it was really like 2-point, 4-point game going all the way through. So it was really exciting. Like every shot, got the crowd into it. But yeah, it was amazing to see where. But actually, the highlight of the entire afternoon, Jaime Hawkins
Johnson's dunk.
Yeah, he got well.
Oh, that's right.
Johnson's dunk was
he was on fire.
Yeah, Jaime
you're
was
right.
Killer.
His Jaime was killer? Is that what you said?
20, 27, 28.
His Jaime was very, very impressive to watch in person. I will admit it's fine. It's 2024.
Okay.
We can admit whatever we want.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting him to play. I expected to see him in summer league, on the other side of the court where the NBA guys and the coaches sit to watch their teams. And when I saw him in the warm-ups when we sat down, the guy I was sitting next to, another collector, and then I think Mike Wu was sitting – Mike Wu's buddy, John, was sitting next to me, and then it was Andy because we had to be separated. We had to have a person between us.
Yeah, we had to have a couple
some fisticuffs. I know how these Boston guys – I know how they are.
Yeah.
But I was so hyped when I saw Jaime come out and warm up because I really didn't expect him to be out there.
Yeah.
And just watching him play, I'm so excited for next season. Him, Ware, and the rest of the team, like, we're going for it.
I'm a Raptors fan, and I'm pretty bullish on him. I actually picked up his jersey number because I just feel like his rookie revelation jersey. I was all in on him. If Wemby wasn't in that draft class, I think he could have been a rookie of the year.
He was very, very close. He hit a wall.
Well, he started
about 2/3 into the season.
Yeah. He cooled down a little bit, but he started off hot, like letting his name be known.
Oh, yeah. I was like, this guy has so much potential in this league. I snagged it the minute I saw it up. I was on that. I think he's a bright future.
Well, the PackRileyMafia, we appreciate you purchasing because I'm sure that did not come. So we got a little tiny bit in our.
Tiny piece of the pie.
Tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, I snagged off Floaty. Does that affect you guys?
I think we still
changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
I think there's like certain style of transaction that we still get a part of it. So, if not, at least you set the bar somewhere.
Right?
I
did something.
Yeah, you probably posted about it. Someone saw it, then they went and bought one, and there's a trickle down effect.
What can I say? It's like being
you're a trendsetter,
right?
Yeah.
There
we go. Let's get you on TikTok.
Yeah,
we'll get you.
C&C TikTok. That's a thing.
There we go.
The C&C, it is a thing.
It
C&C
is.
Am I
has
gonna
everything,
see-
whether you know it or not.
Am I going to see a clip of my face on my FYP here soon?
100%. You're gonna follow.
I'm 100% going to follow,
Yeah.
but it's going to be really weird and awkward to see my own face.
I mean, yeah, because you
On
don't
my
deal
phone.
with Twitter.
I was
Yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
don't you see your own face every day? Like, is that weird?
He has a house with no mirrors.
Okay, but
Okay,
a car
listen.
with no mirrors and no, it's everywhere.
I'm not stopping and looking at myself,
Aren't you?
usually.
See,
Usually.
dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Like that's why Andy doesn't talk. He's got a mirror behind the computer. He's
Yeah,
staring
he's-
at himself
yeah.
the whole time.
I just
I
like
saw
to
him a
listen.
second ago, his hair, he went like this. He was like, oh, like his long flowy hair. Like
Every
Mirror
time-
on the wall.
Yeah. Every time we walked through the casino and he'd see a mirror, I'd have to grab his hand and like, come on, let's go. Come on. He's like,
oh.
The
Did y'all
way
meet
I
any,
see it, the way I see it, KingBrett, is I'm just trying to give Dose some time to talk because I've talked plenty before. He's never been on the pod.
Jeez, I know we're trying to get you to stop talking, Andy. So please, Dose, continue.
Yeah. Andy said his
Oh,
5
did you
words.
meet any? Like, did y'all have any of the like? I'm walking through a hotel and all of a sudden, like, there's someone and you went and met them, like a player, a person, like any
Yeah.
crazy encounters and meeting people.
Yeah,
I like
so
your style already.
The first one that came up, I was walking with Dose. We were walking maybe through the Aria. I'm not positive. And
to the crystal shops.
oh, okay, yeah. And he's like, check out, take a look at who's in front of us. And
I just kind of did this
Ime
like, hey.
It was Ime Udoka by my former Boston Celtics head coach.
Oh,
And
no
he was
way.
looking pretty serious. But
Yeah,
as we walked
he had
by-
like an ice grill. He was
yeah, he was
Did
there
you
watching.
go say hi? Be like, hey, it's me.
Well, Dose is going to be like, oh my gosh, it's Udoka. It's Coach
Yeah.
Udoka. But we decided not to do that. We're just like, hey, Coach, what's going on? He
That's
kept it
some
pretty
self-control.
short and sweet. Yeah, that was like I feel like that was the first encounter when we were, walking. But I remember seeing Mike Dunleavy Jr. when we were at the Aria. He walked by a couple times. You can keep going, Dose, because I'm drawing a blank here
Yeah,
of other people.
like, I said before, I saw Jamal Murray like moments before the USA Canada game, just walking through the Aria, and then to see him suited up like an hour later, I was like, all right, either they don't care or he just thinks he's just gonna come out here and just who needs to warm up? I'm just gonna light him up.
Vegas is a
Canadian
different
thing.
world. Things are a little bit more lax there.
Yeah,
You know,
we're
Yeah,
chill up
it's
there.
different.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else we saw out and about.
While we
I don't
were
know,
at
we saw the
Summer League.
professor.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we
we
were at
saw the
Summer League.
professor.
Professor was right next to us while we were walking to the next wherever we were going to. He came out. He started walking with us, and we talked to him briefly. When we were leaving Summer League, Sharif O'Neal, Shaq's son, he was outside with somebody. So we said hello to him.
Nice.
There's a little backstory on that one. So while we're at the Heat Celtics game, we're halfway up the seats. It's in the small arena, but
Row 10.
Andy,
The pavilion.
yeah, in the pavilion. Andy is, we're looking at the front row of the opposite side of the court because that's where all the like quote unquote celebrities will sit.
Yeah, sure.
There was some wrestler chick who was sitting on the Boston side.
Yeah.
And Andy is like, hey, like, it's a good distance. He's like, I think that's Sharif O'Neal, Shaq's son.
Ahoy
And I'm like-
there.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's really hard to
And
tell
like,
from this distance.
who
I
are
got
you
the
talking
phone out,
about?
I zoomed in.
You're like, let me
And
Google
then-
that person. Who is
Yeah.
that?
As we're walking out, I see the same guy because he had unique clothing on.
He
Like
always
you
does.
could tell it was the same guy. Like the pattern of shirt was the same guy.
Yeah, you
And I was like,
memorize your
hey, Andy.
patterns. Continue.
He's like, there's your guy, Andy. Similar to when we saw Udoka. I was like, hey. And then as we walk by, and he's like, Sharif. And like he looks up, like he's on his phone, like he looks up, and Mr. Social is like, what did you tell him? Good.
Oh, I just said, happy that you're healthy because he had like a major heart surgery like maybe 2 years ago or something, and he had basketball dreams also.
So like he looks up, like, oh, who's bothering me? He's like, ugh. And then Andy says, he's like, oh, hey man, thanks, I appreciate it. Just total demeanor change of the guy. So that was kind of cool to see that. While we were waiting in the line for the Heat Celtics game, me being a huge Heat fan my entire life, Keith Askins, who played for the Heat through the 90s, he was standing in front of us talking to one of his buddies, and Andy's over here going like, go get a picture. And I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not the meet celebrity, get a picture.
Whatever,
so like my whole thing was like, I'm not gonna do it. And he's like, go get the goddamn picture.
Let's go, Andy. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
It's like, all right, I'll go get it. And so I go, I'm like, hey, Keith, can I get a picture? And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I was like, hey, I just want to, do you remember this? Like 30 years ago, you did a promo spot at a car dealership in the Keys, which this is like an hour and a half outside of Miami. And I was like, do you remember that? Like 2 people showed up. He's like, yes, I remember that. Like, why do you know that? And I was like, I was one of those kids that showed up. I was one of the 2 kids. And he's like, oh my God, I remember that. I remember you.
No
And
way.
I was like, this is the greatest day ever.
That is so sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, I still have the shoe that you signed for me. Like I brought nothing with me. He signed the shoe that I was wearing. And like, I still have it, it's at my mom's house. But I was like, that was like one of the coolest experiences. Cause like, when are you going to see Keith Askins? Right. Like
never.
Yeah.
Never.
Like I know he's our head of like college scouting and stuff like that. So I get it. He's at Summer League, but you're never going to see him in a airport. You're never going to like be like, oh, that's Keith Askins. So stuff like that is super awesome. Large black man.
Should have gone to sign the shoe you were wearing. You should have done.
Where were you, Matt?
I was not.
Where were you?
Did you
I'm
just
trying to live through you guys right now.
What?
I'm trying to live through you guys right now. I have FOMO from not going to Summer League.
You should have been there. You got to be there next year so you can direct me. Really smart idea.
Come with us. We'll have a good walk.
I'll tell you what to do. You can also follow Sharif to the bathroom to get a picture because I heard that's what King did to his dad.
No.
Okay.
He followed me to the bathroom. And
listen,
his hand is gigantic. That's all I have to say. His hand. I said a hand. DosMinutos. Timeout.
All right. Just speaking of bathroom interactions, I literally got off the plane in Vegas. I walk into the bathroom right outside of the gate, and I walk in, and Miles Turner is standing there, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to use the terminal. Or I'm going to go use the urinal and just be done with it. I'm going to walk out and I'm not going to be that guy. But I appreciate understanding that you were that guy and you saw Shaq and you were like, he's got a free hand. I'll shake it. It's fine.
I'm just going to acknowledge what you said is valuable. It means something to a lot of people, but we should move on. Anyways, so
goodness. So one of the things we could bring up real quick, KingBrett, is that Dos and I went to this Top Shot event that you may or may not know about, but they had they had the Bulls draft pick there, Matas Buzelis. I'm not sure if I pronounced his last name correctly. Buzelli.
There's
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What
so he was
Italian.
He's Lithuanian, but yeah.
He was super cool though. Shout out to him.
Sorry,
he was like a true professional, super friendly, really grateful to be there and say hello to everybody, shaking everyone's hands, taking pictures, signing autographs. And then he goes and kills it in Summer League. Like the last time I saw him dunk on somebody. I saw his stat line. He had like 28 points. So he's killing it.
He's that guy.
But, it was probably all the good vibes he got from the event.
100%. All the
Yeah, that must be
handshaking,
it.
maybe kissing.
Yeah, all the Top Shot collectors were there. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't believe it was him.
The cool ones.
What was the layout of the event? What did you guys do for it? Did you guys drink? Was it like a Top Golf? What was it?
So it was at this place called the Brewdog, which is at the top of a building in Vegas, and it was kind of like an all-inclusive type event. And we had a bunch of tables. Very nice spot. I'll let Dos continue on that though.
Yeah, so that was the Brewdog, which is it's like the third or fourth story, right there by the M&M store. And so it was a rooftop bar. We had basically whatever you wanted off the menu. We got cheeseburgers. Andy got a pizza,
A nice pizza,
chicken
some
tenders,
lobster mac and cheese, mixed it up.
lobster mac
Oh,
and cheese.
mac and cheese, lobster. Let's go.
Yeah.
Everything.
The best part of the night though is do you guys know Leet, the Rockets captain?
Yeah, for sure.
He ordered a cheeseburger. It comes out in a treasure box.
What?
And you open it, and your plate and your burger is inside. It was a Wagyu beef cheeseburger with truffles.
Oh, nice.
It was, and his brother Theo got the same one. So they come out with these two black treasure boxes and put them on the tables, and just it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
And yeah, it was top notch for sure. They definitely got their full value of Top Shot out of that burger.
Can I get 7 to-go boxes, to-go treasure chests, please?
I'm pretty sure Manny, my co-captain, I'm pretty sure he got some to-go stuff as well. I don't know if he got any wide goods, but yeah, we were ordering things. We were getting our value out of it. There was utility involved.
Well,
yeah, they'd be out of queso if KingBrett showed up.
Yeah.
I really
keep it coming.
It's so hard to ask because I hate when the answer is no, but was there queso a part of this? It had to be on the menu, right?
I'm sure it was on the menu. And
I'm
next
sure
year, I will make sure that we have it.
It comes out in a gold carafe that you can literally just pour.
Just like a big straw.
All over it. And it's a gold bedazzled diamond straw. It's really cool.
We will have that for you next year.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes as we're going. So we'll have
I'll
that.
invite you next year and then you'll be able to see.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So the following day, KingBrett, we went to the Crack Shack for breakfast, and
can you explain
that was another. So the Crack Shack's known for their fried chicken.
Oh yes, obviously.
Yeah, of course,
not the Lloyd Daniels part of Vegas. I know that's a real far callback, but yeah, not that part of Vegas.
Yeah, so we had a decent showing of Top Shot collectors to that event. Unfortunately, Dos couldn't make it because he had to get back to work. But food was great. Manny kind of set it up, and we had drink tickets. We had plenty to eat, plenty to drink, good company, good conversation. So I mean, it was literally we had something every day we were there, from when we got there.
Are we going to glaze over the pool party?
Is that the 9 Live pool party?
The 9 Live?
Yes. You could get into that, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the 9 Lives pool party, we had, I don't know how big that cabana was, but it was very large.
People came out of the woodwork for that one.
Yeah, we had 40 people.
Some collectors I did not know or recognize.
There was quite a few. Yeah, there was a few who came out of the woodwork. They were like, okay, I need a Discord name. I need a Top Shot name. Who are you?
Wait, is that what you do at a pool party? You walk around and see who you don't know and be like, hey, can I get your name? What's your
listen?
How you're doing?
Listen, if you saw Andy, Andy with his shirt off, you'd be like, I want to talk to other people too.
No, dude. That's why half the people hang out with me. I take my shirt off, you instantly become the most beautiful person around.
Man, it was
good logic.
It was such a great time, though. So we had
Tell
two
us more.
cabanas, and within the cabanas you have tubes. So there's a lazy river. You can grab a tube, hop in the lazy river. It was all you can eat, all you can drink. So
I
literally
had
this
French
week,
toast poolside.
That
No,
is sick.
you didn't.
what's better than
I
that?
1,000% did. And Steve, Blockchain Steve, made fun of me, and guess what he had?
French
He had the
toast.
same thing, didn't he?
Oh,
Yes.
But yeah, so
see?
the waitress kept coming over. Does anybody need anything? People ordering food left and right. People are getting drinks. I got the Miami Vice. It's pretty good.
Ooh,
But yeah,
It
we
was
had
it was
a great
about
time.
that tall. Like, it was huge. It was like 30 ounces of pure sugar and some alcohol.
You felt
And,
great the next day.
Yeah. Out in the sun for 5 hours. And the boys, Manny, Steve, and a bunch of the other guys, they stuck all the way through. So they went 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they closed the pool down.
Mm.
They had a good day.
Yeah.
Oh
those
yeah,
boys
no,
were
it was
hungry.
something. If they can organize that again, if Manny can set that up again, and you two decide that you're going to come out to Vegas, you'll have a great time.
I definitely need to get out there. I have serious FOMO whenever I go on like Twitter and Discord for the few weeks of Summer League every year. And I feel like one thing I want to mention is I feel like a lot of people don't realize the perk of Summer League with the 9 Lives Lounge. So like if there's anything else you want to add, maybe like why people should join 9 Lives, because I feel like now that the price is down on it, people don't really understand if they should still join, right? Like if there's utility.
Well, we should probably preface that most of the events that we had talked about, the Crack Shack, the pool party, the pickup basketball, those are all 9 Live Lounge events.
Yeah.
So in order to play with us, and hopefully we will have a really amazing venue coming up this season, that will be a 9 Lives exclusive. And I'm right there with the FOMO on that, because the first year of our Top Shot at Summer League, when we were at the Top Golf event, we had a little roped off area that was 9 Lives only. And I had gone to the brunch the morning of with the idea that I'll go interview some of the people, kind of find out, is this worth my time, effort, and money? And everybody there was great. I was being gifted moments that I didn't have for the collection. No one wanted to gift a LaMelo or a Doncic. Whatever.
Understood.
I asked. Yeah, no one wanted to. But I kind of talked to a lot of the guys who were there, and they said, "Hey, yeah, no, here's all the reasons why you should." So I had the plan. I was like, "All right, when we get home, I'll go ahead, I'll join." And I wasn't behind that rope 5 minutes before one of the Top Golf people came over and like, "You don't have the right wristband." And I was like, "Well, I'm a guest. I'm their guest." And he's like, "No, you have to have the wristband." So I walked out, I sat down at the table, and I finished the set. And I walked back over to one of the dapper guys, and I was like, "All right, give me my wristband." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I showed him my phone. And he's like, whose account is that? And I said, "Motherfucker, this is my account. Give me my goddamn wristband."
Yes.
I just completed the fucking set. I aped into this. Now give me my goddamn wristband. And he was like, you're ridiculous. Why? And then he called over the other dapper people. I think PackRip Ewing was there, and he's like, "This dude just did this." And so I joined right there because I saw the utility just – from right there, I said, okay, we're going to have these events going forward. There's a lot of things happening within the Discord channels, a lot of other utility things that we get. We get early access to a lot of other stuff. And it's a great, the community is really, really vocal, and they're really active within everything. So I'm a huge fan of the 9 Lives Lounge for sure.
And not just Summer League stuff too. If you're not familiar with 9 Lives, like, I know they did a catwalk in Dallas, 9 Lives. I think they did one in Miami too, right? You put that on?
Yep,
Those?
I put that on. Yeah.
We had them all over the country. So it's a really cool group to be a part of for sure.
Yeah. And even for internationals, I believe we're going to try and get something together for the Paris games.
Nice.
I did see something in the Discord about that.
Yeah. So
We need
we're
to get
gonna
a Toronto
try.
catwalk.
Well, you guys had a tour stop, so
We
that
had a
was
tour
that.
stop. That was sweet. I will not
Baby
complain.
steps.
Yeah.
I just have a little
Yeah.
FOMO because I couldn't make it to Chicago the weekend the 9 Lives catwalk was in Chicago. And I was like, I could have drove there. It's not that far from me from Toronto.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I had
tell
plans to go to the Chicago catwalk too, but work got in the way.
the work's the worst.
I didn't plan to go to Chicago at all. So
At all. We just gonna stay in Dallas.
the funny thing is I love Chicago. I used to go like a couple times a year. Great friends there. Always took the train. BananaMac loves trains. Took the
I do
train
love
from
trains.
Central Station all the way to Notre Dame, essentially, to go watch some games there in South Bend. That's a really beautiful train ride. But
For your catwalk, Brett, you guys did yours like the weekend of the eclipse, right?
yeah, so it was kind of a
Yeah.
weird because we picked our schedule, we picked our date, we stuck to it, and then it was like, oh yeah, the eclipse, and then like the world freaked out like that there was an eclipse because it was cool, but like
Yeah, because I wanted to go to yours, and then I looked up the flights like the week before, and I was like, I'm not paying $2,000 to go see these guys. My wife already makes fun of me enough because anytime I do anything, she's like, "Oh, you're gonna go see your weird internet friends," and I'm like, "Yes,
You're like,
yes,
they're
I
not
am."
weird.
you say
They are.
they're our
Yeah.
internet friends.
They're weird.
Yeah. You should be like, you
Um,
don't want to hear about Top Shot? Let me go see them. And I'm saving
Exactly.
it. You're actually doing
Yeah.
her a favor because I'm sure my friends and family are tired of it. I know for a fact they are. I just subject
Yeah.
them to it frequently.
I stopped talking to her about it.
Oh, I make my
just
friends
like,
are like, someone asked me what I did, and I was trying to explain, and my friends were like, please don't get her started.
Oh,
Just
geez.
leave her. I'm like, you guys don't know what's happening.
That like 2 years ago when I saw that event that Dos was talking about earlier with like 400 people chanting for I was there, I'm like, man, I gotta join this 9 Lives Lounge because I was super interested in just like going to events like that, seeing what it was all about. And then I've lived it the last 2 summers and I've had a great time. I feel like I've made, new friends, and I feel like it's cool where you can be with like-minded people that are also basketball fans. You can talk basketball and you can, talk trash and have that basketball connection. And then we're playing basketball with each other. So it's like, we're just all similar, but we all have, we have fandom of different teams or organizations, but we see things through a similar lens.
Yeah, like I got to hang out poolside and talk with another basketball fan, not particularly a Mavs fan, but just a basketball fan. And we debated the legitimacy of the 2006 Miami Heat Finals championship, which Brett,
God.
you would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do concede that Dwayne Wade got MJ level calls. I get it, but I got to have the conversation with him, and that was great. And I don't think I'd get that without being a part of the 9 Lives Lounge for sure.
And do we know what the price point is right now to get into the 9 Lives? Like I got in right before the Toronto tour, so I still paid a decent dime for my
Yeah,
Lamelo.
I was gonna say that might be a sore subject, which
it is.
just
It
kind
is.
of says, hey, for all of those out there, it's a good value. It's a very good value.
There's a lot of perks, right?
There's
What you're getting.
at this price point, yeah, I think the perks far outweigh the costs now.
Yeah.
Like, what we'll have going forward in the future, I think, is going to be, especially if you're just able to come out and do the summer league stuff, you're getting more than enough value.
Yeah, it's definitely really.
And if you can
cool.
eat like Andy, you're getting twice the value.
Just order the left side of the menu and you're solid.
Anything with lobster, bring it to me.
Yeah.
Queso and lobster.
Dude. No, but that's awesome. And when I started, 9 Lives was like the pinnacle. It's it's what everyone wanted to be a part of, but very few were able to obtain, right? Depending on your budget. And now I think it's something that is very accessible, very obtainable. And it's kind of like it's quietly hasn't been talked about because there are so many other great sets that have come out, and new sets and new plays and freshman this and WNBA. And it's crazy how far Top Shot has come since like the only thing we could talk about was Cool Cats.
Yeah.
Nine Lives Lounge, right? It's like there's so much more to it. But check it out. If you're not a part of Nine Lives Lounge, you don't know what Cool Cats are, there's some cool cats in there. You should check it out. Look it up. Andy will send you your first free Cool Cat moment. Just reach out to him. No big deal.
And look at the utility in it. Like right now, I think all the utility we're talking about is Fast Break. And people are forgetting about the in real life events because Fast Break has brought utility to so many moments. So I think giving the real life events like what you guys just enjoyed at Summer League is huge to talk about and let people know about because it's a perk of being in this community.
I think it's all about, what the person is looking for. What is the collector looking for? Like if they're looking to get together with people like us and they want to hang out and talk basketball, play basketball, just break bread together, I think, I would definitely suggest joining. But, that's not on everyone's list of things to do. They might just want to collect other sets or they feel like it's not worth it. I can tell you, I think it's, very valuable. And I'm grateful for the 2 summers that I've had to go out in Vegas and meet up with other cool cats.
Yeah, I gotta say, for work, I travel a lot. So I'm Brett. I'm in Dallas quite often. So yeah, we'll link up. You can be my weird internet friend in person.
Yes.
There you
We'll
go.
get some queso. So like I I go out and like I was there last year. I got to sit second row at a Mavs game for like it was like $400. It was great because I had a single ticket. It was awesome to see the game by myself.
Yes,
but I go to Hawks games, I go to Bulls games, and a single ticket is easy to get a great seat, and it's a great way to watch basketball.
Yeah.
But going to Summer League with a group, hanging out, really talking basketball, like just understanding it, talking about, hey, this guy looks great. I remember when I was here and we saw this, and just talking basketball with people that love basketball and being in a group of 20, 40 guys and gals who are going, hey, let's go to this game. Let's go over here. Let's go watch these guys. It's such an amazing event to be able to do that. And then to be able to do it with friends. Like I've met so many people in the past 3 years that, every time we get out together, it's like, hey, Joe, what's going on? Like Bucketheads he played both pickup games with us. And like I got to meet his child and his wife last week. Hanging out with Andy. We've ate plenty of meals together now. The man can put some food back.
Oh yeah.
But also like getting to meet the Dapper folks.
Oh, for
like
sure.
that's really cool. Like getting to really hang out with Steve for a couple of days, meeting some of the other people, kind of get an understanding of where their brain is, like. And being able to do all that through 9 Lives has been super awesome. So I can't talk enough about how much it's benefited me for sure.
And I think
would
that's
say,
amazing.
Oh, absolutely. And sorry to cut you off. I'd say shout out to Lee, Theo, Joe, Manny.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many people that some people were there like for most of the trip. Shout out to Trevor, James Dillon Bond.
He showed up at the like he walked off the plane into the pool party.
That's
that man.
yeah.
I mean, I spent most of my Sunday with. I was hanging out with Manny and Trevor like all Sunday. So after you left, like I spent most of my day at the Crack Shack talking to those guys. But afterward, we hit up the pool at the MGM. We're back at the spot. We're jealous because we're looking at the people that are in the cabana. I'm like, oh man, that was us. That was us yesterday. Like, I don't feel like a VIP.
Can I get
today.
a French toast?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many people that are so down to earth, and it was just really cool hanging out with them, seeing them, because it's been a whole year for for some of those people I haven't seen since last year, and some new faces and some new experiences. I think that was one of the coolest things for me. Like, I'd never been to Vegas until last summer, and I got to hang out with Dos and go out to eat with him, and it's like, man, making a real true good friend. And then like last year's experience playing basketball and meeting the Steady Breaks team and meeting like Chewy was out there last year, meeting Dagger. There was just so many people that it's like, wow, I just talked to these people online, but now I get to see the real person and like these genuine, sincere people. And then this summer, everything was completely different, which was so cool to me because, you have these expectations going into Summer League or going to Vegas and how you saw it last time. And like everything was different. I went to hotels I've never been to. I went to casinos I never that whole like the whole pool setup. Like I stayed at Mandalay Bay last year, and this year I stayed at the Luxor. So like everything was different. And that's what I really appreciated too. Like we tried out different restaurants. Like we went to the Whiskey Down one night, and some guy was playing music. I was with Steve and Dos and Manny that night, and like we're requesting songs. This guy's playing music. We're just chilling, having some drinks. Like there was something going on every day. Dos and I went to the Mirage. I don't know if you two heard about, but the Mirage is closing down. They had to do a payout of like 1.6 million. So Dos and I went to check that out to see like, all right, what do we have to do? You have to get a card. You have to be at a machine for a certain number of time between like 3 and 7. They're giving away $20,000 every half hour. But the issue was that there was only 350 machines and there was so many people. So you had people staking out. People were sitting at machines, and we're looking at each other like, we're not going to be sitting at a machine for hours because we got there like 11:30 noontime. And like it was already pretty busy, and you walking around the Mirage and you see like all the machines are turned off. So we got ourselves some mementos. We got ourselves some Mirage poker chips. So hey, maybe someday they're worth something.
Yeah,
I might have mine in the bag here. I don't know if I still
got mine
it.
somewhere.
I have mine in my room.
I was like, I don't have anything like this cool.
I don't know where I put those chips. They're somewhere in my bag. But
I got them. I'll go get mine real quick.
Yeah, but that was a great event, or a great time just kind of walking around the Mirage with Andy, just kind of figuring out like what's happening. So it was great. Like the Summer League event was just great to just kind of like hang out, meet people, walk and understand. Yeah, Connectin and Collectin.
That's what this is all about.
Collecting and connecting.
All right,
Let's do this.
I got the Mirage.
Ooh,
that's sick.
This one.
Blue's my favorite color too.
This was kind of funny because like Glenn's like maybe this will be worth something in 20 years. It's got the Boys to Men on it.
That's pretty cool.
Boys to Men. Yeah.
Hey.
ABC, BBD. Well, I went to Caesars like 20 years ago, and I have a couple. I should preface this: my wife is a huge Celine Dion fan, and I'm a big fan. I like her.
Yeah,
I've been to many of her shows.
You have a shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing it now. But I have the poker chips from when she was doing her residency, and like a $5 chip was selling for like $65 on eBay. I just found them like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
We're rich.
Yeah. I gave Andy some financial advice. I said, "Keep that $5 chip. Boys to Men, maybe maybe worth something in the future."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still touring somewhere. So
yeah. Well, give it some time.
That chip could be funding your Top Shot down the road.
Right?
I'm just saying, he has to put the Lego out of it.
There's two ways we could go with that. And I'll just Yeah,
but it's crazy because most everyone started Top Shot alone, collecting moments that they wanted for themselves, or just buying stuff to buy stuff because they didn't know what they were doing, right? And now you fast forward. Don't want to act like you never just bought something because you're like, oh, I got to buy it because there's going to be something, and then nothing ever happens. Like that challenge didn't happen or that whatever. your perspective buying. But
when people were thinking that there was going to be a Christmas Day challenge and it was all going to be around Christmas themed names. Oh yeah, I got a few of those.
See?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's crazy now. Like fast forward to we all are. To fast forward to like we started alone, but we're here together, and from all over, not just the United States, all over the world, right? From Cambodia to Europe and Asia to Africa to Canada to America, like all over the world. And we're getting the chance to meet and create friendships and relationships from like our love of basketball. It's just,
yeah. I mean, last year when Wemby was at Summer League, the Spurs captain, Ginobili Soros, he flew in from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Try to spell that. That's hard.
Hey, shout out to him because he gave me a free T-shirt. I really appreciated that.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because there was a TopShot booth at NBA and next to it was like this little. It was like a rectangular. I would say it kind of looked like a cubicle, but inside of it, they had all this NBA stuff going on. They were printing shirts for people, so you can go in and choose a shirt, choose shorts, and they can choose logos that you put on it. And like I wasn't able to get in there in time, and I had just seen him come out, and we talked a little bit what's going on, and I was like, oh man, I didn't get to go in and get a shirt. He's like, all right, don't worry about it. Here's one. So super cool guy.
Yeah, he didn't get to come out
this year, but he's a great guy. Awesome captain, and a huge Spurs fan.
Yeah. Dude,
I'm sad that we didn't have the NBA Con this year. That was a lot of fun last year, and I was really looking forward to it this year.
It was amazing last year. I had so much FOMO.
Yeah, that was.
They had a ephemeral
awesome,
tattoo.
It was like unreal.
They had a ephemeral tattoo booth that was set up at NBA Con, and unfortunately, you had to have an appointment. And there wasn't enough time for me to get one. And I was like, I'm going to do it next year. Because they had you could pick team logos and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm going to get a tramp stamp Miami Heat right on it. Because it lasts 3 to 6 months or something like that. And I was like, I'll 100% do this. I will.
You heard it here.
Amazing.
Heard it here first, folks. Come to the next Miami event and DosMinutos.
Check out the tramp stamp.
3 tattoos.
Another pool party so you can flex it.
Oh my god! I really want to get one now too.
my fandom is real.
My fandom is real. I'll get 2 of them.
One on each butt cheek.
If anything, this whole entire episode, anyone listening or watching, if you can't feel the love, the appreciation, just the raw, just good vibes of the people that are part of NLL, Cool Cats, Top Shot, captains, representing. I don't really know what to tell you because it's like oozing out of this. Like just the fun and the excitement. Even just seeing Andy be like, I'm going to tell him about you're not best friends. You haven't hung out your whole lives. But if I didn't know you, I'd be like, bro, they go way back.
They seem like they go way back. I thought you guys did.
If it wasn't for the simple fact that he's a Celtics fan, we'd probably be best friends. But, everyone has their vices and it's cool. But, dude, the second we landed, Andy and I were thick as thieves for sure.
I think that was the coolest part about the whole experience of, last year where it's like he's a Heat fan and I'm a Celtics fan and typically that doesn't work. So and
it's because usually we can't understand what they're saying. I'm just
aren't Celtics fans now punching each other? Isn't that what they've gone through?
I was there for that, Mac. I was at a watch party. It was and my friends give me a hard time for this. You paid to go watch the Celtics game inside the Garden with no players. I'm like, I get a hard time for that. But that 2 guys were fighting over something. I don't know what exactly happened. But going back to the cool thing about meeting Dos and just becoming friends, it's you sometimes you never think that would happen because it's certain fans of certain organizations really dislike each other. So it was really cool to it was really cool to also hear from maybe a couple people like, wow, you're a Celtics fan. You don't seem like you're from Boston. So it's
You
that
seem
was
like a
kind of
nice,
flattering.
normal human being.
Nice guy. So
You hide it so well.
I just want to take a moment and shout out to Manny and Dos and Steve and Dapper Labs, like, for what they organized, what they put together the last
And Tim
past
too.
week. Oh yeah, Splash Tim.
Yeah,
we
he caught COVID.
had such a great time. Yeah, that was really unfortunate because he didn't get to come out and hang out with us. But there was so much that was going on. We really appreciate Top Shot taking care of us on Saturday night, and then with Sunday and Night Lives Lounge, the brunch, and then the cabana. Like, there was so much that we did that contributed to a great trip. So thank you.
Anytime,
I wasn't
brother.
there, but thank you as well.
Thank you to
You're
all
welcome.
the captains, everyone who puts work in. Like, I'm not there, but as a community member, like, I appreciate all the work the captains do. Like, it's insane what goes on behind the scenes. I don't think people realize it.
No, I don't think they do.
There is a lot of work. I will admit it's a lot of fun work. I enjoy, the building things like, the Heat channel. If you've been in there, we have a thing called the Sobe Slam. And there's no way I could run that by myself. That's Fishkin's. He's the man who puts that together for us. But like organizing all those things and kind of promoting the community, and then being able to sit in there and just chat Heat stuff. Like, we're always posting about, whatever tweet's coming down, because it's a tweet. It's not an X or whatever. What do you even? Never mind. But the idea, like, we're just in there. We're talking about stuff. So I really appreciate the captain's program because it allows us to do those things. So I plan to stick around for as long as they'll have me, because I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to put everything together. It's an amazing thing, and I get to have weird internet friends, so it makes me very happy.
That's me. Geez, an hour plus has already gone by. I feel like we could keep talking. We're still scratching the surface. I feel like there's so many stories Andy has to tell us. But let's go around. You want to give one last shout out, one last props, or just say bye before I wrap it up? Banana, let's go with you first.
Shout out to all the captains again. I appreciate all the work. Shout out to the C&C crew too. All the work you guys do, 9 Lives, Dapper, the whole deal. I think there's a lot behind the scenes that goes on. And as a community member, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate meeting you guys and getting to talk to you today. First time I got to talk to both of you guys. King, always a pleasure. So thanks for having me on.
Cheers. And likewise, Banana, for sure. Andy, what up with you, buddy?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what Max said. Thank you to everybody that played a part in, today being here. Thank you for having us. Shout out to 3Ball for reaching out. Always happy to be back. This is my 3rd time on the podcast, so I'm grateful to be here for sure. Nice to talk to you today, Mac, for the first time. It's great to have Dos with us today. I thought it'd be a nice nice addition to the Collectin Connectin podcast. If we both just experienced being in Vegas for all this basketball with Team USA and with Summer League, and seeing the Celtics, seeing the Heat, seeing a bunch of different teams and players. So thank you to everybody, captain specifically, like you said, Lab. Thank you so much,
dude. Awesome, Andy, as always. And it's always a pleasure to have you on, man. I joke with you a lot, but it's because I like you so much. It's like my bearded brother from another mother. I can't wait to have my first food eating challenge with you and see who actually eats more.
Oh, that's right. That we definitely have to make that happen.
We will, for sure.
In Vegas.
Honestly, I heard it's all you can eat. DosMinutos, dude.
Well, first, I appreciate you guys for inviting me. Andy, he kind of reached out and was like, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, absolutely. So, I appreciate the invite. Once again, for the Vegas stuff, Steve, Manny, Tim, the whole Dapper team, It was a great event. Everyone needs to be out there. It's such an amazing time. I'm looking forward to being out there again soon. So it was a pleasure meeting you guys, quasi in person. So Brett, Mac, I know Brett and I have talked between the captain's channel and whatnot, but Mac, pleasure meeting you in person. Well,
kind of
in Zoom. Yeah.
Zoom.
You're up
Next
there in the
year's Summer
chilly.
League.
Yeah. Summer League. I expect to see both of you out there. If not, I'm never coming on the pod again if I don't see you guys out there.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, he's
But
throwing hands.
in the meantime,
Okay.
I would love to be back if you guys will have me.
Well, we'll vote on that. We'll powwow. I don't know. It's 50-50.
There might be queso. There might be
You're
queso.
100% in. You're in.
There we
You're
go.
in.
I won.
Folks, geez, I'm appreciative of each and every one of you taking time out of your day. All the people out there listening, watching, hitting subscribe, leaving comments. We're not just doing this for ourselves. Like, we love the community. We love Top Shot. We love giving back. We believe Top Shot is not dead. It is alive and thriving and building. And I can't wait to where we're going to be next year. Maybe we'll have an anniversary call. And next year, all four of us can talk about just getting back from Summer
We
League.
could do it live from Vegas.
Oh, my God.
Okay, 3 balls, start
Like
setting it up.
halftime of the pickup game. Right in the middle of Dunks and Donuts with Dos.
Oh, my God. I think we just coined something great here.
This could be huge.
We got some ideas. Episode 60, Collectin and Connectin podcast. Thanks, everyone. Hope you all have a great day.
If you want to keep collecting and connecting with us, tune in every Tuesday for a new episode. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. Maybe check our merch store and keep collecting, connecting with us.